Hearty greetings and a very warm regards to all my lovely students of grade 3. Today we divert our attention to the study of English literature, lesson number 3, Alice Adventures in Wonderland. Now, just as the name suggests, Wonderland, it is a story set in the backdrop of a fantasy world. It is a fictitious tale, it is a fictitious story made up by this girl, Alice. Okay, and the story is written by Lewis Carroll. So, before we start reading this lesson, let us have a brief get to know briefly about this author, Lewis Carroll. Okay, there's the information about this author. About the author, you can see the author is a person who writes the stories. Okay, Charles Lutwidge Dogginson, 1832 to 1898. So you can see these are the years this author of this lesson, Alice Adventures in Wonderland, lived. Was better known by his pen name Lewis Carroll. So just as this sentence says that Lewis Carroll is not the real name of this author. The real name of the author of this lesson is Charles Lutwidge Dogginson, and he wrote using this pen name Lewis Carroll. Okay. He was an English writer, mathematician and logician. So he used to write as well as he used to be as a mathematician and a logician. So you can see he was a multi faceted personality. His most famous writings are Alice Adventures in Wonderland, its sequel, that is a continuation of this main story. Sequel means this main story is divided into the continuation, okay, continuation story, part 1, part 2, that is known as a sequel. This story, main story, is continued in different parts. Okay. Through the Looking Glass, this is another story written by Lewis Carroll, which includes the poem Jabberwocky. Okay, there is also a poem Jabberwocky written by Lewis Carroll, and the poem The Hunting of the Snark. There is one more poem written by this English writer. So you can see he is a very famous English writer. Okay, now we start with the lesson Alice Adventures in Wonderland. There's a small warm-up activity. Okay, you have to form two groups, the Bugs team and the Bigs team. The Bugs team will write all the names of the tiny insects, worms and things. You have to take a paper and you have to write all the names of the tiny insects, worms and all the tiny things that you can think of, that the Bugs team participants will write. And the Bigs team will list all the names of gigantic animals, creatures, all big things and big objects. You have to write it on a paper, and after that you have to read out the list. You have to read it aloud. The list has to be read aloud, and after that you have to imagine that all the giants, that is the big objects, big animals, they become miniatures, small, tiny. Miniatures means very small, very tiny, tiny. Okay, and all the tiny things become big, large. So how does it feel? You have to write your experience also. Does the thing of interchanging, exchanging, does that experience is funny, and or how do you feel the experience? If it is funny or scale. You have to mention your experience as well. Okay. Now we start with the lesson. Now you can see this is the backdrop. There are two girls, probably they are sisters. They are sitting by the side of the pond. You can see this is a water body, this is a pond, and they're sitting under the tree. The elder sister is reading a book. The younger one, she is actually bored. She's not doing anything and she's bored, and her name is Alice. Okay, let's think. Now let's start reading what she is thinking aloud. What is the use of a book with no pictures or conversations? So Alice is not interested in books that have no pictures or conversations, and she is getting bored. She is telling to her sister, or she is thinking out aloud, that she is not interested with the books that has no pictures. And she has nothing to do, so she is bored. Okay. Now next. The hot day made me feel so sleepy and stupid. She is bored, plus the heat has made her all the more tired. She is feeling tired, sleepy, and with nothing else to do. She is bored and she is also feeling stupid. Okay. I wonder whether getting up and making a daisy chain is worth it. So what is the intention of sitting under the tree? Both the girls were thinking of making daisy chain. Now what is this daisy chain? Daisy chain is a string of flower, that is this daisy flower, by tying the stems together. You make a string of flowers. The flowers can be any flower, not necessarily that you make daisy flower chain only. You can make a string of any flowers, but here Alice and her sister are sitting under the tree because they wanted to make a string of daisy flowers. So now she is telling that it is of no use getting up and sitting here under the tree just with the intention of making a string of daisy flowers. Okay. Now see what happens. Suddenly, now she is yawning. Okay, she is bored. Suddenly, she notices a rabbit. Okay, now the rabbit is wearing a coat. Have you ever seen a rabbit wearing a coat? No. Actually, it is just an imagination, because it is a fictitious story. It is just a fantasy. It doesn't happen in reality. Okay. This rabbit is having a watch. You can see there is a small watch in its hand, and it's wearing a coat and it's running. You can see it's running. And now the rabbit is talking to itself. Oh dear, I shall be too late. Now the rabbit is talking to itself. It is watching, it is looking at the watch in its hand, plus it's talking to itself. It's telling that it's going to be late. It has to reach somewhere, and now the rabbit is in a hurry because it is late. Okay. Now she gets up. She was sitting, she was bored. Now she gets up and she starts following the rabbit. Okay. A rabbit in a jacket with a pocket watch, and it's talking too. Okay. Now this rabbit who was wearing a jacket had a pocket watch. Now this watch, you can see, this watch is tied to a chain. It has a chain tied to it, and this pocket watch is meant to be kept in the pocket of this jacket. Okay, this watches, they are not actually it is large enough and you cannot tie it on the wrist. Okay, these watches are kept in the pocket, so that's the reason why they are called pocket watches. And it's talking to the rabbit talking. Have you ever seen any rabbit talking? But now Alice is just imagining that she actually hears a rabbit talking. Okay, and now she gets up and starts following the rabbit, and see, you can see this rabbit has is running inside a rabbit hole, and she also starts following the rabbit and inside the rabbit hole. Okay, she went inside the rabbit hole following the rabbit. You can see the rabbit is ahead of her and she's behind the rabbit. Okay, how long is this hole? It is bigger than what it looked like from the outside. You can see she's crawling on her force. She's crawling like behind the rabbit and she's trying to follow him. And now she's talking to herself. Now though there's no one there to talk to her, she's talking to herself. Whatever conversation is going on, now she's talking to herself. She's telling that the hole is really very big and it's very long as well, because she's crawling behind the rabbit. Okay, next. Okay, now dip, she falls down. You can see that crawling, because it's dark, she's not able to see what lays ahead of her, and after crawling for some time she starts falling down. You can see this is a falling action, and all the books, they are also flying in the air like her. This hat, okay, this hat and this books, everything, this chair, everything, books and everything, they are flying in the air like her. Okay, oh no, I am falling, but I am falling so slowly, or maybe this hole is very long. Now again she is imagining that, okay, I'm falling, but I'm falling so slowly. Is it ever possible to fall slowly? You fall, wherever you go, you fall very quickly. And now she is imagining that she is falling slowly, and again she is telling that because the hole is very big, long, the fall is also slow. Okay, this is all very fictitious, very unreal. Okay, and by the time she is falling down, she is feeling that it's very slow. Now she is looking here and there and seeing what she can see on her way of falling down. Now she notices that there is a cupboard, and this cupboard is holding few jars inside it, but because these jars are empty, you can see these jars are empty, there's nothing inside these jars. She also takes one of the jar on the way when she is falling down. What do these jars contain? Okay, now she picks one of the jar and then she tells that, what do these jars contain? Next, but the jar is empty. Now again she is telling to herself that yes, this jar is empty, it has nothing. You can see she has picked up one small jar with the name orange marmalade. Now what is this marmalade? Marmalade is a sort of a pickle. Okay, you keep this like a pickle. Okay, pickle made out of the fruit, citrus fruit. Now citrus fruits are oranges, sweet limes. Now this marmalade is made out of oranges. It is sort of a sweet pickle. Okay, now she picks up and then she remarks to herself that this jar is empty, it has nothing holding. Okay, and suddenly, oh, but I'm not hurt. These leaves must have saved me. You can see she falls on the leaves. Okay, and because of the leaves she is not hurt. That only she is telling to herself that these leaves have saved me and I'm not hurt. By that time, now there is, in this falling process, there is no rabbit. You can see anywhere rabbit in the process when she is falling down? No. But all of a sudden, when she is on the floor, she notices the rabbit running again. There is the rabbit. I must catch up with him. Now again she gets up and starts following the rabbit. Now let's see what this rabbit is telling to itself. Oh, my ears and whiskers. How late it's getting. Now again the rabbit is telling that again it is very late, getting very late. It has to reach some place and it has not reached whatever was the time given to it to reach there. It is not able to reach, and that's the reason why it is late. Okay, that's all for today. We continue with the next reading in the part 2 recording of this session. Okay, till then, happy reading. Bye and have an awesome day.